Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh.
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back again with another. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, it's a social norm. We're going to talk to y'all, man. Hey, today's episode 158, is called Why Women Need Attention to Survive. Now, a lot of things are happening. We've been gone for a minute, and we back. And I'm going to tell you why we started with this episode. Because some things outside of outside of here, I've noticed women cannot survive without attention.
That's true.
You've shown me that.
Yes. and I had to discover that through my own personal experiences too. So when I see men try to give women attention that I know the women don't want, no. I just tell them, I'm like, dude, don't even.
And the real question is, why do women? I think it's a human thing. We want what we can't have, and we don't want what we can get easily.
That's true. Like I always say, forbidden fruit tastes the best.
Yes,
that's what it is.
And a lot of us, maybe it's immaturity from women, but wanting something easy is a human thing. If you get something that's easy, you don't respect it. You don't cherish it, and you don't yearn for it. When you have to go through hurdles, like anything, the reason a diploma from college, right, a degree from college means so much is because you had to go through all these hurdles, all these classes, all these exams, all these different things, these professors to get to that. See, if you just walked in day one and just handed you a degree, you'd wipe your ass with it. It wouldn't mean nothing to you.
That's even with money. Like growing up, you would ask, I would ask my parents for money, and I wouldn't think nothing about it.
Yeah.
And now and spend it on just dumb things
because it wasn't your money. It was there. They had to go to work for it.
Exactly. Now that I got my own, I'm like, I'm not buying that.
You cherish it, and you realize, do I really need to waste this money on this?
Because you realize what you had to go through to get it.
Yeah. And I don't think, and I've said this from the jump. I said, look, if ladies, you fellas, if all men in the world just for 30 days chose not to make any contact or give any attention to a woman, the world would be corrected immediately. Everything would go back to the way it should be naturally, because women understand they need attention. They might not acknowledge it. They was, I don't need attention. See, you need attention just like I need to breathe. And I mean this, all attention. See, women get the attention from the internet right now.
Yeah.
That holds them off.
That I do believe internet has ruined a lot of things, relationship wise. It's taken a lot of like they don't appreciate it like that. Like I always said, when I was coming up, you saw a woman in the store, you had to man up
and ask her right then and there.
Best foot for, and they were flattered that you came and gave them that attention. Now you go up to they brush you off like it's
well, no, the thing is, women are brushing off dates, flowers. They're just gestures of kindness because they get it so much in the internet. They have had an inflated ego, and that's where it really comes down to. The reason women can't survive without attention is because women have egos. Their egos are the thing that get them through the day.
Yeah.
get them through because you gotta realize, fellas, women are using their brains at a higher frequency than men are. See, we're very dumbed down. So that way it doesn't affect us emotionally when maybe we look a little fat in a shirt. We're good with that. It doesn't make us break down every analytical thing to why I'm not good enough. But for women, they do this and then it messes them up. So they need reassurance from the opposite sex. See, the reassurance from women, they can play like they want to. It don't mean shit. It really don't. Because they can say, girl, you look bad as hell. You look bad as hell. If no man comes up and approaches her to say, oh, you look good, none of those things mean anything.
That's I didn't think about it like that's true.
They like compliments, but they need the compliments from the men.
Yeah, because it validates them.
Think about this.
I'm desirable.
Let's say you got that t-shirt on. All the dudes could be like, yo, that t-shirt fire, bro. I like that t-shirt, dude. I like that t-shirt. He can be like, all right, cool. Let every woman he sees say, that t-shirt looks horrible on you. You just look ugly with that on. After a while, if you had that constantly, women telling you look horrible with that shirt, you're not gonna wear that shirt.
Oh no,
you like, man, fuck this shirt.
Yeah, you know what? That happened to me at work.
What do you mean?
You remember before I went through a few haircut phases, and I had that.
Yeah. So there's that in between phase when you look like who did it and why, versus the dread phase.
So I think it was 2019. I got the box cut. I got the box cut back, the Gumby.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the first week,
people was not.
They was not feeling it.
No,
okay,
the girls
was
like, what the fuck?
It was like, what is this? 1984. I'm like,
all the jokes was coming out.
They was coming out. I still wore it. It took one female, just one,
to say she didn't like it.
No, she was like, yo, I like that haircut. Bring it back a classic.
You stayed with it for a while.
No more jokes. Matter of fact, I seen a few people.
Oh, you saying the fellas?
Yeah.
So the fellas was joking on you.
Yeah, they was joking on me.
And then one girl said, "Oh yeah, I like that hair."
And she rubbed her hands through my hair.
It was it. Dudes was like, "Yo, I'm getting the Gumby, dude. I'm trying to get the Gumby."
That was it. And I seen a few. I was like, y'all ain't shit. I was like, oh yeah.
Look, but we're gonna keep talking about this. But let's go ahead and get in some of these videos that's going to pretty much talk about what the subject is. Let's get into it. Now, when I tell you this woman has she's already chosen that she's gonna make herself known around this dude now. He's put himself on notice towards her that you're not worth my time to acknowledge. Secondly, the ego is getting hit. Every other guy's looking at her and he's not looking at her. So what's gonna happen is this: she's gonna do everything in her power, which is seduction, sex, trying to hype him up.
I mean, she was basically screaming.
Yes. Well, what I'm saying is, later on, after this camera's cut off, she's gonna do everything she can to try to get him to desire her, and then that way she can flip it on him and be like, "You're not worth my time."
He was very smart. Because all the dudes, that's smash your pass. All the dudes, she stopped at him.
He wasn't even looking at her. He was on his phone, like, yo, whatever you're doing is not more important than what I'm doing with my life.
Basically, to the power out of her head. That
and she could not stand it. Why are you not talking to me? Why am I not good enough? That's what she's saying to her in her head. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's watch one. Let's watch some more. Let's start from the beginning. Now she's bullshitting.
Oh,
Women want attention all day, every day. The problem is they don't want attention all day, every day from one person. If you show them attention all day, every day, now you go lower into the list. I need to raise somebody else up who isn't giving me the attention.
It gets old.
It gets old. So you give her every day. Guess what? She's going to go to the guy who gives it to her every other day, or the guy who gives it to her once a week. She's going to keep working on all these other guys till she destroys everybody, because that's what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cap.
What she say?
She said she can spend months without attention.
Nah.
Cap. Not from the guy you really want.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right about that.
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants attention. The problem is men have been so used to being rejected. It builds us up to where we understand after the rejection, life continues.
Exactly.
So because we've built up this stamina,
thick skin,
this thick skin for being rejected, being denied of something, we can understand it's only an obstacle. We can move on and find another avenue to get something we want. We'll go to another woman. We'll go to another job. We'll go to whatever we got to do to get what we're trying to get out of life. Women don't take those opportunities to get rejected. So when they get rejected, it hurts them so much because it's very rare for them to actually put themselves out there.
Did you see that? There's an experiment some woman did, and she was a man, I think, for like 30 days or something.
Yeah, and she committed suicide.
She said it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, between the rejection and being ignored.
Yeah,
and just women just straight.
She just couldn't even question her own existence after that.
Exactly. She said, this woman right here talking about she don't want attention, but she got a bright red wig on. Come on now.
Like, you know, how many goddamn say something else? How much you want to bet she got OnlyFans?
Oh yeah.
I fucking 70% trauma. It's 100% trauma. That right there. I mean, it's funny that a lot of women are just they don't want to accept the reality of how they're made.
Yeah.
They don't want, you know why? Because it's like a man, if a woman, somebody came to tell you and said, look, your kryptonite is pussy. You're going to do anything you possibly can for pussy. That's even though you know it's true, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
To say, I'm not in control of myself. Now, yes, you can be in control of yourself, ladies. You could say, you know what? I'm not going to let my ego and my emotions control me and make me be this way. I'm going to appreciate people who show me attention, and I'm going to not trip if they don't show me attention. But that's easier said than done.
Yeah, they had to acknowledge that.
Like you said, there's a select few of men who aren't gonna just jump at every pussy. They're not gonna do things to just get pussy. They're gonna do things because they got other purposes. That's a select few of men. Now, we wish all men could be like this, but most men are gonna be victims to a woman's seduction.
Yeah, I think a lot of men start out like that. Like as teenagers, because you know the hormones. Once you get something, that's all you want. Like nothing else matters as a teenager. But
It really doesn't. You're just like, yo, dude. I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm so wound up that anybody wants to give me some, I'm for it. I'm not hearing nothing else, dude.
I had a friend. I got a friend who was a virgin. He would always want to hang out. Well, we always would want to be with our girlfriends, and he never understood. Like, I don't understand why. Yeah, I just want to be with y'all ladies. I said, and I told him, I said, look, once you get a girlfriend, you get some. I said, I will never see you again.
You know why? Because we realize if we're hanging out, there's a 100% chance I'm not getting pussy.
Exactly.
If I hang out with her, I got at least a shot.
Exactly. So of course he gets a girlfriend. I haven't seen it.
You ain't seen that man since. You don't even know if he's alive anymore.
I haven't seen him in years. It's just,
it is what it is. You can't. There's nothing more. It's almost like, you know how people say that first time they take crack or take a hallucinated drug and they're addicted since then. That's kind of what it is. You opened up something that you can't just close back up. I guarantee you, there is no priest who has, before they took priesthood, just had sex with women and then chose to just say, I'm never gonna have it again.
Oh yeah. And I argue with somebody at our job about this. That's the biggest problem with
being a priest.
Let them get some.
I don't understand why they can't. I mean, every Baptist, all these other pastors, they get married, all that. A man was meant to be with a woman. Exactly. A man was meant to have his children, all this other stuff. So to say I'm married to God,
I can tell you where that comes from.
That's a lot of stress.
I can tell you where that comes from.
Where that come from?
I'm going to bust out some Bible for you. This is not a religious podcast, but I'm going to tell you where it comes from. In the Bible, I think it was either Paul or Peter. I think it was Paul. Paul left his wife for the gospel to follow God. He left his woman. But he says, I'm doing this because this is what I feel like I need to do. You don't have to do this.
When she's saying you talking about the listeners, people who reading the Bible?
Well, Paul is saying this to
his followers,
people who's teaching and says, I'm doing this because this is what I feel like I was called to do. Leave women alone.
Yeah, he had mental issues.
So the Catholic Church saw it. I guess they took that and was like, well, then that's it.
Paul just so holy.
Yeah.
You ever think maybe his girl pussy stank? And he just was like, yo, Lord got to be better than this. I can't do this no more.
He gave up all fleshly, desires to be spiritual. And
I'm just saying.
They just formed a whole idea behind that.
Yeah, it was trash.
If you go back and read it,
lose that idea.
Yeah.
Look, this is my thing. If the Catholic Church can accept homosexuality now somehow, and like, oh, everybody be what you want to be, then you should accept priests being able to go ahead and get wives.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that them not doing it is causing that.
It's causing a lot of buildup, and it's causing a lot of children trauma. All right, let's get to the next video. All right. It says when he used to. Now, I showed that video because you know why, fellas, if you texting a girl and she ain't never responding, or she respond an hour later, or she said, I'm just chilling, she don't like you like that.
Nah.
Okay. Women who like guys are hounding them. When can we hang out? When can I see you again? I just was thinking about us cuddling. They're on you. You know what I mean? They're gonna show you they're interested. They're not gonna play games. They're not gonna play hard to get. They're not gonna do none of those things. They're gonna show you what it is because they don't want to miss the opportunity that you miss. They just don't want to miss the opportunity. You might slide with another girl. They're always thinking if they look at you as a high value man, I mean that's a guy that they really want. they're gonna be like, yo, if I'm thinking this, other women thinking this. I gotta get in with him before he fucking goes with somebody better than me.
I had to learn that lesson too.
So that's why you don't need to be wasting your time trying to show her all this attention. She should be showing you attention. If she's not showing you attention, that means she's not that into you, dude. She's got to be willing to submit to say, you know what, I'm going to hit him up. Or I'm going to at least say, hey, when are you free so we can meet up, talk, something? Because I don't want to keep hounding you. But that means if a girl said, I don't want to keep hounding you, that means she want to hound the hell out of you and be talking to you all the damn time.
Yeah, it's showing mutual interest.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It should never be one way.
No.
If you're always texting good morning and things like that,
she is losing attraction for you every day. You keep doing that.
Yeah, it needs to. That's when I start to fall back.
Yeah, because you just look at your text messages, fellas. Go on the timeline and see, are you the one always messaging her? Are you the one always trying to start a conversation? That means she's not interested in you, dude. She has somebody else she's putting her time towards. Fall back. Go focus on yourself. Go do something that's going to be productive for your life. And guess what? Maybe you'll level up enough to where she'll say, oh, damn, he ain't been hitting me up. Why? Because what's going to happen is this. She's going to notice he stopped hitting me up. And if she never hit you back up, fuck her. She ain't on your time anyway. Yeah. But then she's going to say, why is he not hitting me up? Have I lost something? Am I not as pretty or as fine as I thought I was?
What's changed?
Exactly. You got to keep them guessing. You got to make a woman, because she wants a challenge. Remember, it's always, I hate to say it, it's always a game to them. It's always a game. Even if they try to say, I'm not playing no games, I don't want you to waste my time, they want you to put them through the ringer.
It's so exhausting.
It is. But see, it really isn't, though. Let me tell you why it's exhausting. It's exhausting if you're liking her more than she's liking you and you're trying to get her to come around. But if you don't give a damn if she comes around or not and you're focused on your purpose, it's not exhausting.
Oh, yeah,
it's exhausting for her because you've, like me and you and everybody, we've had people where you've tried to get them to come around and be and you're texting them and calling them and they're not hitting you back. And that's the exhausting part, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, yo, what's going on? You're in limbo.
You're trying to figure out.
But the answer's already there, dude.
She ain't into you.
She not. And don't sit there and try to tell yourself a lie that she is into you. Because if she was into you, she'd be not blowing your phone up. What you up to today? How's your day going? When can I see you again? I just want to hang out with you. I'll take you out. I've seen it. I've seen my one friend. You've shown me it, but my one friend, Big Abe.
Oh, yeah.
He has so many women trying to hit him up that he just doesn't contact them back on time. They might text, and he texts them 4 days later. They are trying to beat down his door to spend time with this guy because he's not focused on them. He's focused on his own purpose. All right, let's get to another video. Now, this is where she's confused. The women aren't waiting around for Joe Smo. Oh, my bad. They're waiting around for the guy they want
to show them attention.
Joe Schmo, who's beating his meat, who's trying to hit her up all the time, she could care less about him. The reason women want to beg for a man's attention is because ain't nothing better than wanting something. that isn't happening is not you don't see it happening and you get it.
It's like conquering.
It's like conquering. That's what it is. 100%. It's like you going to a girl that everybody says you're out. She's out of your league.
Yep.
You can't pull her, and guess what happens? You pull her. It's like it makes you feel almost like godly,
It does.
like a superstar.
I'm gonna add this. This how much I realized these past few years. How much
He said no sound on the videos, fam. Oh, really? Okay.
Let's see, hold on. Go back.
There's no sound on the videos. Y'all can't hear the videos? Hold up. Let me play it one more time. There's no sound on the videos. Okay. Hold up.
Yeah, I guess not. Nope.
There was no sound?
Nope.
Damn. Okay, y'all. Well. You said you can't hear a thing. I appreciate you, Danny. Hey, shout out to Danny. He let us know. Well, we got some technical difficulties. Usually, y'all can hear our stuff. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you can. I'm playing it
you
back.
Hear, you hear us. Okay. Interesting. Well, forget the videos then. We'll just tell you what it was. Pretty much the lady was talking about the lady was saying that women today should not be begging for a man's attention. They're sitting there waiting for Joe Schmo or, he's beating his meat. And I'm like, no, this is the problem. Women aren't waiting for Joe Schmo. Women are waiting in the wing and begging for attention for the guy who's not showing her attention. He doesn't care about her acknowledgement. He doesn't care about her beauty. He cares about his own thing, his own purpose. So that's the thing that a lot of fellas haven't realized that you can't. The more you try to show her you care about her, the more she's not going to care about you.
And that is the sad truth of it. Thinking back in my life of things that I've done, even in my marriage, the better I treated her, the worse she treated me.
Dude, how many times have you had where I can say, speak on my own personal opinion, personal experience. I've had times where I've snapped on women.
Yes,
I've snapped on them.
told you stories,
and I've literally like, yo, get the fuck out there. I slam the door on them. I'm like, don't raise your slam the door on me. Nothing. I was like, get out. You're done. And they were like so submissive afterwards. Like, I'm so sorry. Can I come back? Please let me back. Because I had showed them, you're not worth the trouble. You can get out of my life. I don't need you in my life. And the reality is, fellas, you don't need them in your life. They need you. They need the attention to survive.
Which goes to this statement that I heard somebody say: women don't really want to be respected.
No.
And
if they think about this, if women truly want to be respected, they would not use their bodies, their be conniving, their manipulation tactics. They wouldn't do any of those things. They would just use their own brain to say, look, I'm going to give you a logical reason why you should do this.
Exactly.
And subpar. Most of the time, women will use what they have because they know it works.
Yeah.
Why would you not use the most easiest thing that you understand from a young age that you can get men to do what you want them to do? If you show them a little attention, show them that you care about them, show them this, you're going to get a guy to do something for you.
That's true. And going back to that snapping on a woman statement, I think I told you this yesterday, or I've told you this before. I was on a date, and and mind you, I was drunk a little bit.
So wait a minute, you about to tell them the story?
Yeah.
Oh wait, why are you doing that? I'm gonna go grab my food.
So I was on a date back in January, and I'm the type of person when I get drunk, I get a little different. I get a little, and I warned this girl. I was like, look, you might. It's our first date, first or second date. I don't think you want me to do this, right? She goes, no, drink this and this, and so I said, okay. Halfway through the date, she accuses me of looking at another woman, and I explode on this. Like I'm just for about a good 5 seconds because we were in a restaurant. So I catch myself after I explode on this girl, and I think to myself, man, I blew it. Like it's over. There's no way she's gonna want to go out with me ever again. Next day she calls me and she tells me that she thinks we should be exclusive. And I'm looking at her like, after what I said to you yesterday, like I was confused. Like it really messed with me. Let me see what he said. What are you saying? I dated a woman who said she didn't have to give me intimacy, and I said that's okay. I don't have to give you my resources, and that's the thing about dating. I don't understand. Y'all gonna when I first became single not too long ago, and I always says I don't understand the dating world anymore. I just don't get it. I'm too old for it, and that's why I got out of it just that quick. Like what was she gonna give you, Danny? I don't get it. No intimacy, then what? Why are you? That's your friend. That's not your girlfriend. That's your friend.
My bad, y'all.
It don't make no sense.
I had to get a chicken salad.
Smells good. But Danny, yeah, what did?
Okay, go ahead.
What kind of relationship was she trying to be in? If that's not a relationship,
I dated a woman who said she didn't have to give intimacy. What? And I said, that's okay. I don't have to give you my resources. Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening. Oh, is that
that's what I was saying. I was like, when I first started dating again, I didn't understand. I don't understand anymore because I kept running into stuff like that. It's just like I don't have to give you anything. But you want me to? Why would I date you then? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's where you have to cut your ties immediately and be like, yo, if you don't feel like you need to give me anything, then you don't need to get anything either. Exactly. Let me just go ahead and go.
Exactly. I told women on our job that like one of the ladies on our job told her, "Oh, I don't have to do anything for my husband, except for on his birthday and Christmas." I said, that man gonna leave you. I said, he's going to divorce you.
My thing is this: when you say do anything for him, you mean just
like give him anything,
be kindness?
Yeah. I was like, but you want all this. You want everything from him. I was like, well, how does this, how does that even equate? He said, and I always ask women this when they present something, I throw it right back at them. I said, would you accept that from him? And she'd be like, no. Well, then why should?
Or how about this? This is the biggest thing you need to always realize. He said she was my girl, bro. Ask yourself, fellas and ladies, would you want if you had a son, would you want your son to be treated the way you're treating him? And fellas, ask yourself, would you want your daughter to be treated the way you're treating her? If the answer is yes, then you're good. If the answer is hell no, you need to check yourself.
Exactly. So Danny, you dated her? You said that's your girl. You dated her? Before I say anything.
Hey, question is, do you want to come on the show live? We can go ahead and put you on there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Here, I got you right here. Watch it.
But anyway, I was telling
there's the link right there. If you want to click on that, go ahead and click on the link.
Yeah, get on there. If you're not at work.
Well,
even if you're at work, I don't care.
He said, what he said. Go ahead. Read it.
All right.
He said they were delusional.
I can't read it. Do they think that they don't have to give anything, but they expect everything? Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are delusional out there
who don't think and I said it before, a lot of women think all they have to do is just show up. And I don't know where I just probably want to know where the mindset just it's just, where did it come from, and why did you even believe it? It's not true. It's not reality.
I mean, I think that society, man, Instagram, the feeding into a woman's attention, ego is deadly to her. It's like having a little girl. You just like, you're a princess. You know, everybody should bow down to you and give you everything you want. Women, little girls that think like that are spoiled grow up to women that are spoiled and feel entitled and feel like they need to get something for nothing.
That is the hardest type of woman to deal with. That spoiled mentality. And I have people brag about it. Well, I'm spoiled, but I'm not a brat. I'm like, nah, if you're one, you're the other. It's just
well, no, I ain't gonna say that. Well, because
I'm gonna say, like, in my experience, if they were one,
you could be spoiled, right? And appreciative of being spoiled. Brat to me is where if I say no to you, you're just gonna you're a bitch afterwards. Yeah, I don't need attention from any man, and no man is in control of me. Who is that? I can't read your name, so I'm gonna have to.
Cindy Dolan Stabanicki. What's the name? There you go.
Oh, Danny in the building. Hold up, let me see. Oh, that's my best friend's wife's mother.
Oh.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Driving?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It look like you driving, right?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Now, your ass crashed. We are not liable.
So we just gonna end the show. It'll be what it is.
In the eyes of an angel. Rest in peace, Danny.
So you dated it? So you dated this girl that told you that she did?
Yeah. So basically, before we were even in a relationship, right? She was giving me sex. She was feminine. She was doing all cooperative. When we got into a relationship, because she penalized me for making her so-called wait to get in a relationship, which that doesn't make any sense because she had other dudes that she was talking to at the time. So I was like, I'm not gonna full-fledged get into a relationship with somebody and you entertaining these other dudes. So especially a person that you were in a relationship with.
So let me get this right. So she punished you for having standards.
Basically.
Okay, go ahead.
So we get into the relationship and she talking about stuff that she's not gonna do. I don't feel like I should have to have sex because I've done it before with my ex and this other person or whatever. I said, what that got to do with me? Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Why does that sound like manipulating tactics? Like before she got what she wanted, she was giving up the pussy, giving the cheeks up left and right. As soon as she got what she wanted, she tries to pull back because she's like, well, I don't need to give that to you no more.
Right.
And this is why we continue to say men treat women the way we know we need to treat you. Not that we want to treat you that way, but you don't act right when we treat you any other way.
I see that in a lot of I've heard and seen that in a lot of marriages too. Like they're the great girlfriend, and then when you marry them, it's a whole different ball game. They switch up on you
because there's a lot of good girlfriends out there. There's only a select few good wives.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is so true. Wife level is a whole different level.
It's crazy.
They think that's the finish line.
Right.
It's actually the starting line.
Well, see, the thing is, a good wife is somebody who truly, she only sees her husband. Like she only sees herself with this man.
Right.
So her whole life is about this man and trying to get him to live, each day. How can I make his day better? And vice versa. A good husband, he's only focused on his wife and providing and security for her and his family. Yep. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anybody else getting in between that's is a no-go. Friends, other family members, side, women trying to get in, it's a wrap. If you're a good husband, you're not doing none of that. And if you're a good wife, you focusing on your husband.
100%. But that's gone the way of the dinosaur.
Now, mind you, the one who just posted this that said, yeah, I don't need attention from any man, and no man is in control of me. She's married. You married, let's be honest, and she's a grandmother. She got kids and everything like that. Now, I wonder if she had that same mindset when she wasn't married and she didn't have kids and she didn't have a legacy that her and her husband has built.
Probably not.
She probably did. She probably desired everything, all those things.
So she's got everything that she's ever probably wanted out of life in that regard. I'm not saying everything in life, but family, children, grandkids, all that stuff. So to say you don't want a man's attention, I don't believe that.
It's easy to say that now.
You've gotten everything from a man's attention.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what like, it's like this. A man could say, my wife, man, my girl, she sleep with me every day, like twice a day, 3 times a day. I'm tired of sex. I don't want sex. Yeah, you don't want it because you get it all the damn time.
And not only that, sometimes they be I don't understand why they punish the next man for what the past man did. For example, they be like, well, I did this already. I did this for this man already. I want a man to do something for me. Well, what's in it for him? Nothing. So you want something for nothing.
Yeah. I think I was listening to Louis Farrakhan the other day, and he said every time a woman gives herself to a man that doesn't end up being her husband, she ends up being she becomes damaged. Right? So, and she's going to, like, in the beginning, everybody was innocent, men and women. When you're a young boy, you innocent. All you want to do is be good to women. But a woman treats you bad and you learn from it and you adjust. Every girl was innocent, was willing to give herself to whoever that first guy was. She was willing to give her everything to him. This is going to be my husband. This is going to be my kid. And he misused it because he wasn't serious about her. And that from there, she never can be innocent again and open herself up like that. So she uses it as a protective, like, oh, when I open myself up, I got hit with this. So now I'm not, for protection, I'm not going to do that again. So you get the punishment, you get the blunt end of it from what another person did.
And that's where, like, therapy and healing comes in. You fix the scars that it gave you, but you don't forget the lesson that was learned.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll move better in the next relationship. You won't punish that next person, but you won't walk into the same scenario again.
Right.
The real truth is this: you want to know how to solve it? Ladies, stop opening your legs. But nobody wants to do that.
No.
Women don't want to do that, but then they wonder why they get so much trauma from themselves.
Yeah.
Because they keep sleeping with guys. And fellas, don't think we part of the problem because we don't have our own self-control. We focusing on trying to get tail instead of figuring out how we can become something for ourselves.
Exactly. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Take sex out of the equation when you try to date somebody. I know it sounds crazy because when I first had the thought too, I thought I was losing my mind too, but it makes you look past what, like, the novelty is worn off, and you can see if you can deal with this person.
Well, you know what it makes you have discipline.
Yeah, that too. It ain't easy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not easy.
I think, you know why I think a lot of us in society now are getting away from the Lord and getting away from religion, because religion forces you to have discipline. It sets rules in place that you have to follow to get a certain result. And a lot of us don't have discipline. So that way we figure, oh, you know what? I don't need what you're telling me. I can do it myself. And then that's when all the mayhem and all the problems come up.
Damn. It's like a vicious cycle. I see people going through the same thing over and over and over again. And when I suggest they do something different, they look at me like I'm crazy. And I try to tell them, like, look, it worked for me. Okay. I thought I'd never date again. I won't say I was done, but
You was fed
I was
up.
fed up. That's where I was at.
So Danny, where you at right now with it?
With the relationship?
Yeah.
Man, we not together.
So
Rap.
how long ago was this?
About a couple. I'm gonna say a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's fresh.
It's a fresh. It was a 2-year relationship.
Oh, okay. That's a decent amount of time.
Any kids together?
So, nah.
You taking time out for yourself now?
Yeah.
Are you hopping on already back on something new?
Well,
Yeah, well,
ain't nothing like the present.
define new. No. But
said,
I always suggest
to get over one, you got to get to another, I guess. But
Is this a new one or is this something old flame?
You said what?
The one you dealing with right now that you just kind of talking to, is this an old flame or is this somebody new?
Nah, we just cooling. It's just a friend. We just cool.
Okay.
Ain't nothing serious. Just
what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
For me and this person, well, just not feeling respected, man. Not feeling respected as a man. The straw that broke the camel's back is when she told me, "You don't touch my soul."
Now that could go so many different ways.
Yeah.
You don't touch my soul.
That can go mentally.
What does she mean?
Don't know what she meant.
You think I am Jesus?
All he knew was that meant we wasn't supposed to be together.
Nah.
Don't touch my soul.
And then you know when we did have sex during the relationship, the one or two times or 3 times or whatever, I can count on a handful.
Hold on. You were together 2 years and it was only a handful of times?
Only a handful of times, bro.
Well, let's go. Now I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this for the ladies. Let's hold accountability for ourselves.
That's true.
You knew that shit was not right.
Facts.
Right? And you continued to allow her to do that.
True.
Your one superpower that all men have is ignoring her, leaving her alone, letting go of her.
Facts. And this
why didn't you?
If you let somebody stay in, the longer you do that, they're not gonna respect you.
No.
So that's why I'm not surprised at that.
So did you see the slow decline of respect?
Absolutely.
And let me ask you this, because I know I've been there. Did you, as you saw it changing, did you try to fight harder to try to pull it back and get it back?
Not really.
I feel like doing that causes it to be even worse.
Mm-hmm. I've been on that road too.
I was just like, I didn't really fight in the beginning. I would say I did, but towards after the first year, I was kind of like starting to see myself kind of lose interest anyway, because I was just like, yeah. Then I started seeing myself talking to other girls,
and that's another thing.
I would never deal with that. I would never deal with that. I would never do you like that. So then you'd be like, So then I just got to a point.
When other girls are telling you they wouldn't do you like that, it's an issue.
Yeah, I had mentally checked out a year ago from it.
A year ago.
And that's the thing I was about to say. That's another thing we gotta stop doing, because I did the exact same thing.
Wasting time.
You know it's not going anywhere. You know it's not going to work.
You know why? Because we have hope.
Yeah.
But that's a bullshit. Don't hope. You should have to hope on a relationship.
Yeah.
Nah.
Either it's gonna work or it ain't.
We know someone right now. I tell this person, this person complains about her boyfriend all the time. and I tell her, get rid of them. That's that's
Right. Just
she
get rid of
won't. She will not.
I'm sorry for
That's
chewing in
right.
y'all ear, but you know what? You know what happens when you get rid of somebody? Two things gonna happen.
You
They either gonna fly straight and act right, or you done with them and you got them out your life anyway. So it's a win-win either way.
But
easy.
this person
Yep.
won't do it.
Easy win.
I said,
Not only that, you feel better. You know?
yeah.
You feel free
better.
when you finally make that choice to break up with somebody. It's like a weightlifting.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Best-
But you think of
best
it, thinking,
sleep I ever
thinking of
got.
it from a logical standpoint instead of an emotional standpoint.
Yeah.
You have time to sit back and think like, man,
See,
why did I waste all this time when I could have been with this one and doing
every
or
man
focusing on my purpose.
Yeah, because you know what? Once you start reacting and doing things emotionally, you're already losing. You're already in her field.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And
Already
she's a
lost.
master in that field. You can't win in that field. You gotta do things logically. I asked you to do this. These are the responsibilities of you being in my life. If you can't meet those responsibilities,
And
you
don't
can't. Yeah.
gotta go.
Hey, look, I'll give you an example. Right about you. This is how much you gotta be more logical. So me and Beans, we work out, right? We had with this group called Body Well. One of the owners, he sent us a text message today about us being late for paying the monthly bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, the only real reason we didn't pay was because we just forgot. I thought we paid, but we didn't pay. And we got a long text message that was pretty much saying, you know, you coming, you disrespecting us, da 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 da. Mind you, it was never trying to be disrespectful. It just we simply forgot.
Right.
When you're dealing with business, you can't be emotional, right? You got to come at them as, hey, maybe you forgot, just giving you a reminder. Now, if it's those 7 times telling somebody and they still haven't paid, then you can amp it up a little bit more. But even still, you don't get emotional. You don't get attached to it, because if you get emotional, the customer will get emotional, right?
That's
And that's the same way with relationships. You can't get emotional about things women do. As much as it's hard to do because you're only human too,
right.
but women are gonna test you, and they're gonna keep trying to break you, and gonna keep trying to do everything that they know gets on your nerves, just to see if you're man enough to take it.
Mm-hmm. It's called shit test, so to speak.
Now, do we hate it? Hell yeah, all men hate shit tests, but it's a requirement for that woman to make sure she figured if you can deal with my heat, you'll be able to protect me if something really crazy happens.
Right.
Now, some women, we all know, especially some of the sisters, they take it to another level of where you're like, yo, this is crazy. This is insane. But that's just the life they lived. That's what they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
and I don't know.
I've had to learn to just, when that shows up, I tell myself, I want to deal with this? Yes or no? And if it's no, I'll leave it where you stand.
Don't try to reason either.
Yeah.
No. There is no reasoning. You did this, so this is the result.
Yep.
I told you not to do this, or I told you have to do this to be in my life. If you don't want to do that, it's not me doing anything. It's you choosing to not be in my life. That's what you're choosing. It's no different than if you was at a job. The job tell you to be here at 6:00. If you don't be here at 6:00, you choosing not to work here. That's what it is.
Yep.
Gotta face the consequences.
You choosing to take the penalty of not coming on time to where we're gonna dock your pay. Whatever the case may be, the punishment is this. And the punishment, fellas, should always be ignoring her. kicking her to the side. Now you drop down a couple pegs of where my attention is. You was here, my purpose, and this was you. Well, my purpose, my family, God, then you. Now, guess what? You drop down. You under the dog at this point now. Your ass, the game, the football game, the damn, whatever it is above you now because you chose to not comply with what I needed.
Yep.
But a lot of us don't got the balls to do that. A lot of us scared of, if I tell her this, I'm gonna lose out on her.
But then you gotta think about it like this though. What are you really losing out on?
This is the thing though. Instead of saying what are you losing out on, what she about to lose out on because she don't want to comply.
Yeah.
She needs you to survive.
I told my ex that. I was like, I said, if you leave me, not much is going to change.
Not much.
I said, but if I leave you, you got to start everything all over again.
But that's how it's supposed to be because women need to be provided for. Now I know I get it, ladies. Y'all got a lot of up and ups right now when it comes to financially because y'all been grinding, y'all getting opportunities. That's all fun and dandy. But the reality is you still need to be provided for because you hate providing for yourself.
Exactly.
You hate it.
It's true.
You can try to say, oh, I'm independent. But when a bill has to get paid, guess who you looking for? You looking for the man to do it.
Exactly.
And if you don't, that good, all the power to you. But you pretty much still, all your friends will look at you like, I guarantee you there's no woman who wouldn't like to see have a husband who pays all the bills. She can work if she want to work and she choose not to. The freedom to have that, all women want.
I agree 100% because they're never gonna.
But this is where we get back to. There's a lot of good girlfriends, but there's only a select few good wives. A woman who willing to let her man pay for everything is gonna, and she's a good wife. She's gonna be willing to submit to him and make sure he's straight. He's getting what he needs. A lot of them ain't willing to do that, but they still want those benefits.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay. Yep.
Have you spoke to Skins? Hey,
spoke to who?
Aaron.
Yeah. I spoke to him today.
Okay, I ain't talked to him in a minute. I'll just see how he doing.
We haven't seen him on the show in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't came on the show for a while.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to come on and give you guys a shout out and whatever, and just let everybody know, like, especially the men, man. Y'all, if y'all say y'all done with somebody, be done. Don't go back. Don't relinquish your power. Let it ride. Be done.
Oh, I've been preaching that.
I love you said relinquish your power. I love that because you know why? That's what you're doing. When you've been into a woman's will, you're relinquishing your power.
Yep.
Because you ultimately have it.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in contact with any of your exes?
From the past? Nah, not really. Other than my baby mother, which I have to be in contact with. But other than that, no. Of course.
Yeah, that's always been kind of I always say it's always been taboo to me that people still talk to their exes or.
I don't talk to my exes.
I
lied.
I know some that do, and I always thought that. I was like, why? He said, you don't talk to them? Never. I never have.
Not even on a like. Have they ever hit you up?
They've tried.
And you just went with it.
Blocked. Goodbye. No need for us to have a conversation.
That's how you got to do it, man. That's really
exactly not.
At the end of the day, they're an ex for a reason.
All right. Before you go, I'm gonna ask you this question: would you rather marry a woman you love, but she don't love you, or marry a woman that loves you but you don't love her?
Marry a woman that loves me that I don't love her.
Tell me why.
because you want them to, as a man, you want them to love you more than you love them. Because if you love her, and I've seen this several times. I've had it even happen to myself. The person who loves the other person more is in control. That is a fact.
And
If
now
she loves you less than, especially a woman and men as leaders, if she loves you less than you love her, she can feel like she can treat you any kind of way, talk to you any kind of way, do whatever because she knows you're always going to stay around. If she feels like she has something to lose, then she will always be trying to prove herself to you. Not saying that you shouldn't have to prove yourself to her either, but I'm saying that if I want someone that loves me more than I love them. Not saying I don't love them a lot, but I want someone that's into me because I've seen relationships where I messed up in the past where I was like, damn, like this girl was really into me and I was into her at first and then I kind of dwindled and then and then I've been in relationships where I was into that person more than they were into me. It's totally different. It's night and day. Because if she's into you, she's going to be faithful. She's going to be loyal. She's going to be respectful. She's not going to do anything to mess that relationship up. So you want to marry a girl like that. That's the type of woman that you want to be with.
Now, I'm going to piggyback what you said, and I appreciate you giving me your opinion on this. You said you're going to be the person who least loves the person the most is going to be in control. We've already seen in society when a man is in control for a reason. You know why men are in control? Because we are logical thinkers.
Exactly.
You might not be the prettiest one. You might not be the baddest one, right? But guess what? We know you're loyal. We know you're loyal because you love us more than we love you. And guess what? We will still treat you properly.
Exactly.
Way more than a woman would. If a woman knew a man loves her more and she did not like him, she treats him like garbage.
Garbage, bro. Garbage.
Worse than garbage. Yeah. You are pathetic.
Because she knows she has the leverage.
Soft, you all.
And guess what? A man will end up killing himself. That's how much a woman will destroy him because she knows he is weak. But if a man knows naturally women are already weaker than men. So men understand, okay, she's not the prettiest, but she's loyal. And that's what a man's looking for. I know if I lost everything, you would be by my side trying to rebuild with me.
Yep, no question about it.
We'll take that any day over.
Exactly.
Yep. Because looks fade away anyway.
They do. Yeah, you ever see that movie Boogie Nights?
Yes.
With that one dude, like he loved his wife, he wouldn't cheat, all the other stuff. But his wife was so she would have sex with other guys right in front of him, just so disrespectful. And if we would look at him like
she ran him into killing her, the dude she was cheating on with, and himself.
And dude's like, why are you taking that from her? Like, what are you doing? Like, leave her, and he wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't do it,
and it ended up being his demise.
Now I'm gonna give you another example, but it was with Boogie Nights. It wasn't a relationship, but it kind of was a relationship. Remember the best friend of the main character? He liked him, right?
Oh, the gay dude. The gay dude, yeah.
He was a friend. He playing as they best friends, but he really was gay. He really liked him more than that. Guess what? Now the one friend, the main character, wasn't gay, but he knew that dude liked him way more than he liked him. He could have used him in any way he wanted to. Maybe not sexually, but just for money, for whatever. Right? He didn't abuse him like he could have.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? He told him look, man, we're just friends. We cool. I don't want,
Yeah, exactly.
But he could have made that man want to kill himself. But he wasn't willing to do that.
Yeah. He let him down easy.
So that's why I say when women be like, oh, we love harder. I don't know if you really do, because a man willing to be with a woman that maybe isn't the sexiest, she got the stretch marks, he's still willing to endure with a woman that's willing to be loyal to him.
Yeah, we can overlook a lot of things.
That's why you got men who are married, have 4 or 5 kids with a woman. She big as hell, stretch marks, titties hanging to her kneecaps, and guess what? He's still with her because you know why? She's loyal.
Mm-hmm.
She wants him. That's why he's still with her. If she was treating him bad, he'd have been left.
Mm-hmm.
But she treats him good. Now, flip the script. You got a woman who got 4 kids with a guy, and she just runs him to the ground. Talks to him like a dog. Yes, dear. Okay, dear. That right there is the worst thing you could ever see from a man. The just destruction of just clipping of the balls.
Just neutered.
Ain't nothing worse than seeing a man being neutered. But that's why men need to understand the superpower you have. It is giving her attention. Put her ass on the back burner if she don't want to follow the rules. Make the rules, set them in, let them be in place. And if she don't follow them, she gets nothing from you. I don't care how bad she want to blow your phone up. Nothing till she bends to your will. I know women don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. And you'll love it for me. All right. Appreciate Danny for coming on to the show. Everybody, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Hey, man, go hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share notification bell so everybody don't miss nothing. We appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. Hey, and if you want to donate to the channel, you know the Cash App right there, man. Social Norm Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Anything else you want to say, Beans, before we get up out of here?
No, I think we covered it.
All right, y'all. Look, today, Friday, it's the weekend, man. Go do something for yourself. Love yourself.
That's right.
Even if it's just for an hour, man. Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Hey, y'all have a good weekend.
We out.
Nigga! That's got to be racist.
Daddy?